You've been lied to about success your entire life. Society has fed you a comfortable illusion that success is reserved for the lucky, the talented, or those born with some special advantage. They've made you believe that if you weren't winning from the start, you were never meant to win at all. But here's the truth. Success has never been about luck. It's not about talent either. Success is about resilience, persistence, and the ability to keep going when others quit. Think about how many times you've been told to stay in your lane or be realistic. Those messages plant seeds of doubt and keep you trapped. You start to believe that you're not capable of achieving more, that success is something out of reach. But what if everything you've been told about success is wrong? What if the very beliefs you've been clinging to are the reason you feel stuck? It's time to challenge those myths. It's time to tear down the old stories that have kept you small, because once you do, you'll see that success isn't about who you are today, it's about who you decide to become. And in this moment, everything can begin to change. Here's the first lie you've been told. Success is all about talent. We're taught to believe that if you aren't naturally gifted, you'll never achieve greatness. But talent alone is overrated. It might get you started, but it won't carry you to the finish line. The real secret, relentless effort and unshakable persistence. Take Michael Jordan, for example. Did you know he was cut from his high school basketball team? Imagine if he had believed the lie that talent was everything. Instead, he doubled down on hard work and became one of the greatest athletes in history. Or think of J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter ever saw the light of day. Or it wasn't talent that kept her going, it was sheer determination. Now ask yourself, how many times have you held back because you thought you weren't good enough? How many dreams have you abandoned, thinking someone more talented would do it better? It's time to stop measuring yourself by talent and start measuring yourself by effort. Talent might give you a head start, but persistence will take you all the way. Success belongs to those who refuse to quit, no matter how many times they fall. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification, and it's easy to believe that success happens overnight. But that's another myth, a dangerous one. Real success takes time. Every successful person you admire has gone through years of failure, setbacks, and moments of doubt before they ever saw a breakthrough. Success is like planting seeds. You don't see growth right away, but something is happening beneath the surface. Each failure, every late night, and every small step you take is watering those seeds. Eventually that hard work breaks through the soil, but most people give up before they ever see that moment. They quit because it doesn't happen fast enough. Look at entrepreneurs, artists, and athletes who seem like overnight successes. Dig deeper and you'll find years, sometimes decades of struggle that no one talks about. The truth is, success rewards those who embrace the process, not those who embrace the process. Not those who embrace the process. So ask yourself, are you willing to keep planting even when you can't see progress right away? Stop chasing shortcuts. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. Focus on growth, even if it feels slow. Because one day, that seed will bloom, and everything will change. The biggest lie of all is the belief that success is reserved for a chosen few. Those born into the right family, the right circumstances, or with the right connections. You've probably looked at others and thought, they're destined for greatness, but that's not for me. This belief keeps you stuck, watching from the sidelines while others rise. But let me tell you something. Success is not an exclusive club. It's not a privilege given to the lucky. It's a prize earned by those who refuse to give up. Anyone can achieve success. Anyone willing to fight for it, to push through the doubts and setbacks, can change their story. Look around you. Some of the most successful people in the world started with nothing. No advantages, no special opportunities. The only thing that set them apart was their refusal to settle for less. If they can do it, why not you? You've been playing small because you've been living by the wrong rules, accepting limits that were never yours to begin with. It's time to break free. It's time to tear down those walls and realize the truth. Success is yours for the taking. Comfort is the most dangerous prison because the bars are invisible. It wraps itself around you, making you feel safe while quietly holding you back from your true potential. You convince yourself that you're fine where you are, After all, why risk failure when you can stay in the safety of what you know? But that safety comes at a price. A life half lived. Comfort keeps you in place while the world moves forward. It whispers lies like, "There's always tomorrow," or "This is good enough." But deep down, you know there's something more. You feel it every time you daydream about the life you want, but never take action. Comfort is the slowest form of destruction. It keeps you stagnant, disguising inaction as security. So, how long have you been stuck in the same place, waiting for something to change? How many opportunities have you let slip by because it felt easier to stay still? The truth is, comfort isn't your friend, it's your prison. The only way to break free is to step into discomfort and push beyond what feels safe. That's where growth happens. That's where the life you've been dreaming of begins. Every day you settle for less than you're capable of, you lose a piece of yourself. The life you're living now might feel familiar, but is it truly the life you want? Picture the person you could become, the goals you've abandoned, the dreams you've put on hold. Now imagine how different your life would be if you had taken action when you first felt that spark. Inaction is a thief. It steals time, potential, and opportunity. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to break free. Look around. Every day, people with less talent and fewer resources are building the lives they want, because they made the decision to act. While you've been waiting for the right time, life has been passing you by. Here's the reality. There's no perfect moment to start. Waiting is costing you more than failure ever will. Every second you stay where you are, you're giving up something greater. Are you really willing to keep paying that price? It's time to stop waiting. Time to take back control and move toward the future that's been calling you all along. The cost of staying the same is far too high. Every transformation starts with a decision. One bold choice can change everything. I've seen people stay stuck for years, trapped by fear and uncertainty, until one day, something shifts. They hit their breaking point, make a bold move, and nothing is ever the same again. Take Sarah, for example. She spent a decade in a job she hated, too afraid to leave. But when the pain of staying became greater than the fear of change, she made the leap. It wasn't easy, but that decision led her to the career and life she always dreamed of. What was once impossible became her reality, all because she decided she was done playing small. You're not stuck, you're just afraid. You're not failing, you've just stopped trying. You're not out of options, you just haven't made the choice to rise. This is your moment. You don't need permission to change your life. All you need is the courage to decide. Once you make that decision, everything will begin to shift. The only question is, will this be the moment you choose transformation, or will you let it slip by just like all the others? Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the life you could have if fear wasn't in control. Imagine waking up every day with a sense of purpose, living a life that excites you. What would that look like? What kind of person would you be? The truth is, that future is closer than you think. It's waiting for you. But fear keeps whispering lies, telling you that you're not ready, that it's too risky, too late. Is this the life you dreamed of as a child? The one where you played it safe, settling for good enough? Of course not. You dreamed of something bigger, something bold. That dream is still alive. It's buried under fear and hesitation, but it's waiting for you to bring it back to life. Your potential is limitless. The only thing standing between you and the future you've always wanted is the courage to take that first step. Don't let fear rob you of the life that could be yours. Picture the version of yourself that didn't hold back, the one who took the leap. That version of you exists. The question is, are you ready to meet them? Your future self is watching, waiting for you to make a bold choice. They're standing at the finish line, cheering you on, hoping you'll stop hesitating and start moving toward the life you deserve. Every day you wait, you push that future farther away. Every excuse, every moment of doubt keeps you stuck in the same place. But here's the thing, you don't have to wait for the right time. The right time is now. Your future self is stronger, wiser, and free. They've overcome the obstacles you're facing right now. But to meet them, you have to take bold steps today. No more waiting for permission. No more holding back. You've waited long enough. The time is now. No more waiting. No more excuses. The door is open, and the life you've always wanted is on the other side. All it takes is one choice, One bold decision to set everything in motion. Don't leave your future self waiting any longer. Step up. Claim the life that's been waiting for you. Every success story begins in the mind. Your thoughts are the foundation of everything you build. Think of your mind as a garden. What you plant will grow. Plant seeds of doubt and it will take over like weeds, choking out every dream and every opportunity. But plant seeds of belief, real, unshakable belief, and you become unstoppable. What seeds are you planting in your mind every day? Are they thoughts of fear and failure? Or are they thoughts of strength and possibility? The world will always try to plant doubt in your mind. It will tell you that you're not enough, that success is beyond your reach. But you have the power to choose what grows in your mental garden. Feed your mind with belief, with possibility, with courage. Water it daily with action and persistence. The most successful people aren't those who were born with all the answers. They're the ones who train their minds to see opportunity where others saw obstacles. Your mind is the architect of your future. Build wisely. Everything starts here, in the way you think. Shift your mindset, and everything else will follow. The life you want is just one thought away. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the foundation of it. Every misstep, every setback, and every stumble is another building block toward your ultimate goal. The problem is, we've been trained to see failure as a dead end, a sign we should give up. But failure is the greatest teacher you'll ever have. It's proof that you're trying, growing, and pushing beyond your comfort zone. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he perfected the light bulb. He didn't see those failures as defeats. He saw them as part of the process, steps that brought him closer to success. Imagine if he had stopped after the 100th failure, or the 500th. We wouldn't have the world as we know it today. The truth is, failure is progress in disguise. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every failure you face is shaping you into the person who can handle success. So, the next time you stumble, don't stop. Embrace it. Learn from it. Failure is proof that you're in motion, and motion is the key to growth. Remember, every misstep brings you closer to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. We've been sold a lie, that success is reserved for the naturally talented. But here's the truth no one talks about. Talent might give you a head start, but it's effort that wins the race. The most successful people in the world didn't rely on talent alone. Talent didn't walk alone. They showed up every single day and put in the work. They refused to quit, even when things got hard. Consistent effort beats raw talent every time. Talent might help you at the beginning, but it's persistence that takes you to the finish line. Think about it. How often have you held back because you didn't think you were good enough? How many times have you convinced yourself that someone else had something you didn't? The truth is, effort is the great equalizer. It's what turns average into extraordinary. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You just have to be the one who refuses to give up. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Effort will take you further than talent ever could. Your journey isn't about being perfect. It's about being relentless. Success isn't built in a single leap. It's built brick by brick. One small step at a time. Every small action you take is another brick in the foundation of your future. The problem is, we often get so focused on the big picture that we overlook the power of small, consistent steps. But it's those little steps that build something extraordinary over time. Think of success like building a wall. You don't throw up the entire wall in one day. You lay one brick, then another and another. Over time, those small, consistent actions create something strong and unshakable. The same principle applies to your life. What small step can you take today? Maybe it's sending that email, making that phone call, or spending just 10 minutes working on your goal. It doesn't have to be massive. It just has to move you forward. The secret to success is consistency. One step might not seem like much, but it adds up. Brick by brick, you'll build the life you've always dreamed of. Don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. Focus on the next small step. Keep stacking those bricks. Success is closer than you think. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. But here's the hard truth. Most of us are living under the control of beliefs we never chose, beliefs planted in us by others. You're not smart enough. You're not capable. You'll never be successful. These are invisible chains that keep you stuck, and if you don't question them, they'll define your entire life. But here's the key. You can reprogram your mind. Every belief is just a thought you've accepted as truth. Start questioning those thoughts. Instead of saying, "I can't," ask yourself, "How can I?" That small shift changes everything. Imagine this. You've spent years telling yourself you're bad at math. Because of that, you avoid opportunities that require it. But what if, instead of closing the door, you asked, "How can I get better at this?" Suddenly you've moved from helplessness to problem solving. One mindset shift, and a new path opens. Your beliefs are the blueprint for your life. Change the blueprint, and you change your future. Question everything. Replace doubt with curiosity. Your mind is not a prison, it's a gateway. The key is in your hands. Break free. Every journey to success begins in one place, your mind. It's not about luck. It's not about who you know or where you come from. It's about the way you think. Mindset is the foundation of everything you do. If you believe you're unstoppable, nothing can break you. If you believe you're limited, nothing can save you. Here's the truth. You already have everything you need to succeed. It's all inside you. But first, you have to believe it. The world will throw obstacles in your path. Doubt will whisper in your ear, fear will try to hold you back. But none of that matters when you've trained your mind to rise above it. Think of your mindset as a shield. A powerful, unshakable shield that protects you from every failure, every rejection, every challenge. When you believe you can, you create momentum, you create energy. That energy becomes action, and that action transforms your life. Plant belief, take action, watch your life transform. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. Everything starts with how you think. Train your mind and you'll become unstoppable. Fear and self-doubt are thieves. They steal your dreams, your potential, and your confidence. And here's the tricky part. They disguise themselves as logic. "It's not the right time," they whisper. "What if you fail?" they ask. But the truth is, there's only one way to defeat them. Take action. Action is the cure for self-doubt. Stop waiting for motivation, take action, and motivation will follow. The first step will feel messy, it'll feel uncomfortable, but every step after that becomes easier. You'll gain clarity, momentum, and confidence. Think about it. How often have you waited for the right moment and missed your chance? How many times have you held back because you didn't feel ready? Let me tell you something. You'll never feel fully ready. But if you wait for certainty, you'll stay stuck forever. When you take action, you silence the voice of fear. Even the smallest step forward changes everything. Action isn't just a move. It's a message to yourself. A message that says, "I'm in control. I refuse to let fear win." So, stop hesitating. Start doing. The moment you act, the cure begins. Every great success story begins with a single, deliberate step. The problem is, we often look at the mountain ahead and convince ourselves it's impossible to climb. But here's the secret. You don't have to climb it all at once. You just need to take the first step. Step 1. Decide on one small action you can take today. Think about Oprah Winfrey. She didn't start as one of the most influential figures in the world. She began by saying yes to a local television gig in a small market. That one decision set the stage for everything that followed. Think of your first step as lighting a spark. With each action, the flame grows stronger. Maybe your spark is sending that email you've been avoiding, signing up for a class, or waking up 30 minutes earlier. Whatever it is, it's not the size of the step that matters, it's the decision to move forward. Your small step today might feel insignificant, but it's not. It's momentum. And momentum grows into something unstoppable. So, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take one small step today. That spark could ignite a fire that changes your life. If one small step lights the spark, consistency is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Success isn't built in a day. It's built in the everyday. The little actions you take, repeated over time, are what create unstoppable momentum. Step 2. Commit to showing up daily, no matter how small the effort. The key isn't perfection, it's persistence. Missing one day won't stop you, but giving up will. Take Jerry Seinfeld, for example. He didn't become one of the greatest comedians overnight. He committed to writing one joke every day. Some days they were great, some days they weren't. But the act of showing up built his craft and led to massive success. Think of consistency like strengthening a muscle. At first, it's tough. Your progress feels slow. But with each rep, each action, you grow stronger. And soon, what once felt difficult becomes effortless. Consistency isn't about grand gestures. It's about deciding every day to keep moving forward, no matter what. So, show up, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient. Because every small effort adds up to something extraordinary. Taking action is powerful. Being consistent is transformative. But how do you keep the fire alive? The answer lies in tracking your progress and adjusting as needed. Step 3. Track your progress. Success is a journey, and every step along the way provides feedback. Use it. Start simple. Jot down what you accomplished in a journal or use a progress chart. Each entry becomes a visual reminder of how far you've come, and that alone can be enough to keep you moving. Take Thomas Edison, for example. When inventing the light bulb, he didn't succeed on his first attempt or his 100th. He kept meticulous notes on what worked and what didn't, adjusting his approach every time. That relentless tracking and improvement eventually led to one of the greatest inventions of all time. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can improve today to move closer to my goal? Progress doesn't require massive changes. It's about fine-tuning, one small adjustment at a time. When you track and reflect, you learn. When you learn, you grow. Progress isn't linear, it's iterative. Track it, adjust it, and keep improving. That's how success is built, brick by brick. Your future self is watching, waiting for you to make a bold choice. They're standing at the finish line, cheering you on, hoping you'll stop hesitating and start moving toward the life you deserve. Every day you wait, you push that future farther away. Every excuse, every moment of doubt keeps you stuck in the same place. But here's the thing, you don't have to wait for the right time. The right time is now. Your future self is stronger, wiser, and free. They've overcome the obstacles you're facing right now. But to meet them, you have to take bold steps today. No more waiting for permission. No more holding back. You've waited long enough. The time is now. No more waiting. No more excuses. The door is open, and the life you've always wanted is on the other side. All it takes is one choice, one bold decision to set everything in motion. Don't leave your future self waiting any longer. Step up. Claim the life that's been waiting for you. Every success story begins in the mind. Your thoughts are the foundation of everything you build. Think of your mind as a garden. What you plant will grow. Plant seeds of doubt and it will take over like weeds, choking out every dream and every opportunity. But plant seeds of belief, real, unshakable belief, and you become unstoppable. What seeds are you planting in your mind every day? Are they thoughts of fear and failure, or are they thoughts of strength and possibility? The world will always try to plant doubt in your mind. It will tell you that you're not enough, that success is beyond your reach, but you have the power to choose what grows in your mental garden. Feed your mind with belief, with possibility, with courage. Water it daily with action and persistence. The most successful people aren't those who were born with all the answers. They're the ones who trained their minds to see opportunity where others saw obstacles. Your mind is the architect of your future. Build wisely. Everything starts here, in the way you think. Shift your mindset and everything else will follow. The life you want is just one thought away. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's the foundation of it. Every misstep, every setback, and every stumble is another building block toward your ultimate goal. The problem is, we've been trained to see failure as a dead end, a sign we should give up. But failure is the greatest teacher you'll ever have. It's proof that you're trying, growing, and pushing beyond your comfort zone. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he perfected the light bulb. He didn't see those failures as defeats. He saw them as part of the process. Steps that brought him closer to success. Imagine if he had stopped after the 100th failure or the 500th. We wouldn't have the world as we know it today. The truth is, failure is progress in disguise. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every failure you face is shaping you into the person who can handle success. So, the next time you stumble, don't stop. Embrace it. Learn from it. Failure is proof. Every small step matters. Every decision counts. Every day is a chance to get closer to your goal. Success doesn't require a grand leap. It grows from the small, deliberate actions you take consistently. The steps may seem insignificant in the moment, but when added together, they become unstoppable momentum. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling. She didn't wake up one day with the entire Harry Potter series in her hands. She started by writing a few paragraphs at a time in coffee shops while struggling to make ends meet. One word led to another, one page became a chapter, and those small, consistent steps eventually created a worldwide phenomenon. Now it's your turn to reflect. What small step will you take today to build your future? You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take one step. Maybe it's making that phone call, setting aside 20 minutes to work on your dream, or simply writing down your goals. Every small step matters. Every decision counts. Every day is a new chance to get closer to who you're meant to be. Take that step today. Could change everything. Momentum is the secret ingredient to greatness. It's what turns small wins into unstoppable progress. The first step is hard, but each one after gets easier. Why? Because momentum builds on itself. When you show up consistently, even in small ways, your progress compounds. Success doesn't start with a leap. It starts with a step. Every step creates momentum, and momentum leads to breakthroughs. Look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He didn't build his empire overnight. He committed to showing up every day, at the gym, in his career, and in life. One step at a time, momentum carried him from wrestling to one of the biggest names in Hollywood. So, what's stopping you from taking one small step right now? Fear? Doubt? Remember, those fade the moment you take action. The magic of momentum is that it pushes you past hesitation and propels you toward your potential. Your time is now. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more excuses. Take the first step. Keep going. Don't stop. Momentum will carry you farther than you ever imagined. Failure isn't the end. It's a sign you're trying, learning, and growing. Too often, failure feels like a full stop, a dead end that confirms our worst fears. But in reality, failure is a teacher. It's the guide that shows us what doesn't work so we can discover what does. Think of failure as a staircase. Each misstep, each fall is a step forward. Without those steps, you'll never reach the top. Success is built on lessons learned from failure. Every mistake is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. The truth is, no one achieves greatness without stumbling along the way. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is simple. The successful ones listen to what failure is teaching them. So, ask yourself, how can failure be your greatest teacher if you're willing to listen? What can you learn from the challenges you've faced? Failure doesn't define you, your response to it does. Stand up, take the lesson, and keep moving forward. History is filled with people who failed their way to greatness. Take Abraham Lincoln, for example. Before becoming one of the greatest presidents in US history, Lincoln faced failure after failure. He lost multiple elections, went bankrupt, and suffered personal tragedies. Most people would have given up, but not Lincoln. Each failure taught him something new, shaped his character, and prepared him for the leadership that would change the world. The same is true for countless others. Thomas Edison, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan. They all failed, repeatedly. But instead of letting failure defeat them, they used it as fuel for their comeback. They understood that failure is not a sign of weakness, it's a necessary part of success. The only real failure is giving up. Everything else is a lesson. Every setback is a chance to rebuild, rethink, and restart. Remember, history doesn't celebrate those who never failed. It celebrates those who failed, got back up, and kept going until they reached the top. You have that same resilience within you. The question is, will you let failure break you, or will you let it build you? Failure is only wasted if you refuse to learn from it. The key to bouncing back is to reflect, learn, and adapt. Every setback holds valuable lessons, but you must be willing to face it head on. Step 1. Reflect. Take an honest look at what happened. What went wrong? Was it a lack of preparation, the wrong strategy, or something completely out of your control? Reflection isn't about blame. It's about understanding. Step 2. Learn. Once you understand the cause, extract the lesson. What can you do differently next time? This is where failure becomes your greatest tool for growth. Each lesson strengthens your foundation and equips you for future challenges. Step 3. Adapt. Adjust your approach, refine your strategy, and get back in the game. The people who achieve the greatest success are those who refuse to let failure stop them. Instead, they use it to build something better. Every setback is an opportunity to build a stronger foundation. So, take the lesson, make the adjustment, and move forward with even greater determination. Failure isn't your enemy, it's your blueprint for success. The people you surround yourself with are either pushing you toward your potential or pulling you away from it. Your environment shapes your resilience, your mindset, and ultimately, your future. This is why your circle matters more than you think. Choose people who remind you of your potential, not your limits. Those who challenge you to grow, push you to rise, and refuse to let you settle for anything less than your best. It's easy to stay in the comfort of familiar company, but if the voices around you only feed your doubts, they will slowly drain your drive. Real friends hold you accountable. They see your strength when you've forgotten it. They won't let you give up just because the road gets rough. Success isn't just about personal effort. It's about surrounding yourself with the right kind of energy. The road to success is filled with failures, but it's also lined with people who will lift you when you fall. Embrace the setbacks, lean on those who push you forward, and keep moving. With the right circle, you'll become unstoppable. Success without purpose is empty. It's directionless and fleeting. Purpose is what gives your life meaning and turns success into something fulfilling, not just another checkmark on a list. Purpose is your compass. It guides every decision, every action, and keeps you steady when challenges arise. Without a clear purpose, it's easy to drift, chasing goals that leave you feeling unfulfilled. But when you're connected to something bigger than yourself, every step forward feels meaningful. Ask yourself, what makes you come alive? What would you do if you couldn't fail? These questions aren't just inspirational, they're the key to uncovering the reason behind your journey. Your purpose is what will fuel you through the hardest moments. It's the inner drive that won't let you quit when everything feels impossible. When you align your life with your purpose, the work becomes lighter and the obstacles become opportunities. A clear purpose changes everything. It gives you direction, resilience, and power. So take a moment to connect with what truly drives you, because once you find it, nothing can stop you. Your purpose isn't hidden in some distant dream. It's right there in the moments when you've felt most alive and fulfilled. The key is learning to recognize it. Think back to those times. What were you doing? What lit you up from the inside out? Your purpose often hides in the things that spark your curiosity, the challenges you feel called to solve, and the experiences that leave you inspired and energized. Start by reflecting on the moments that gave you a deep sense of joy and fulfillment. What problem do you feel driven to solve? What could you spend hours doing without noticing time passing? These moments are breadcrumbs leading you toward your true calling. Your purpose is the foundation for everything else. It's what gives you the courage to take risks and the strength to push through adversity. When you're connected to it, you'll find a level of determination and clarity you never knew you had. So, ask yourself, what sets your soul on fire? What are you here to do? Don't overthink it, just listen to what's calling you. Your purpose is waiting to be discovered. If purpose is your compass, vision is your map. Purpose gives your life meaning, but vision is what turns that meaning into reality. It's the picture of the future you want to create, a powerful image that pulls you toward your goals, step by step. Doubt will try to whisper lies. You're not good enough, it's too risky, or you'll fail. But here's the truth. Doubt only has power if you listen to it. The most successful people aren't fearless. They feel the fear, acknowledge the doubt, and act anyway. The key is simple. Take the next step. Don't overthink it, just move. Every action you take shrinks the fear and builds your courage. Confidence doesn't come before action. It grows with every step forward. Step forward. Fear won't stop you if you refuse to stop for it. Push through and you'll realize it was never as big as it seemed. Each step makes you stronger. Each victory makes the next one easier. Your future is waiting. Fear won't stand a chance if you keep moving. Progress starts with one small step. Not a leap, not a giant dramatic change, just one action, one decision. The challenge is that we often overlook small steps, thinking they're insignificant, but they're everything. Success is a staircase, not a jump. Every small step you take builds the momentum you need to reach the top. Think about it. What's one thing you can do today to move closer to your goal? Not tomorrow, today. It could be as simple as making that phone call, sending that email, or taking 15 minutes to plan your next move. One step may not seem like much, but it's the start of something powerful. Momentum builds with every decision you make. Once you take that first step, the next one becomes easier, and then another. Before you know it, you've gone farther than you ever imagined. The hardest part is always starting. Once you move, everything changes. So don't wait, don't overthink. Just take that first step and don't look back. It's the beginning of your journey, and every small step matters more than you realize. Pause for a moment and think about everything you've overcome. Every challenge, every setback, every moment when you thought you couldn't go on. But you did. You're not starting from zero. You've been preparing for this moment your entire life. We often get so focused on how far we still have to go that we forget how far we've already come. Every small victory, every lesson learned has built the foundation for your success. You've grown stronger, wiser, and more resilient with every step. Look back, not to dwell on the past, but to remind yourself that you've survived 100% of your hardest days. You've faced challenges that would have stopped others in their tracks, and yet here you are, stronger than ever. Remember, success isn't about giant leaps. It's about the small, steady steps that build unstoppable momentum. Every day you keep going, you're winning. You've proven that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. So take pride in how far you've come. Use it as fuel to keep moving forward. The journey isn't over yet, but you're stronger and more ready than you've ever been. Your life is in your hands. No one's coming to save you. No miracle moment, no perfect opportunity. Just you. And that's all you've ever needed. Excuses? They're comfortable. They keep you safe, but they also keep you stuck. Every excuse is a chain holding you back from the life you're meant to live. It's time to break those chains. Own your power. Stop pointing fingers at your circumstances, your past, or other people. Ownership will set you free. When you take full responsibility for your life, every success, every failure, every choice, you take back control. So let me ask you, are you ready to stop making excuses and start making moves? Are you ready to own your power and step fully into who you were meant to be? You already have everything you need within you. Trust it. You're stronger than you realize, wiser than you give yourself credit for, and more capable than you've ever imagined. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to claim it. No more waiting, no more excuses. It's your time. Your time is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. The only question is, what will you do with it? Will you keep waiting for the perfect moment, or will you step up and claim the life that's waiting for you? You're powerful beyond measure. Every moment is a new chance. A chance to rewrite your story, to step into your greatness, and to become the person you've always been capable of becoming. Don't waste it, write it down. Take action, turn your dreams into reality. The future is yours to create, and every step you take brings you closer to it. Success isn't a mystery, it's a decision, followed by consistent action. The truth about success? It's already within you. The strength, the vision, the resilience, it's all there, waiting for you to tap into it. So go ahead, take that step, push past the fear, own your power, now go claim it. The life you've been dreaming of is right in front of you, waiting for you to say, I'm ready.